So Justice League is pretty much taking over the world right now, so what better time to review a DC property and a highly respected animated film, Batman Under the Red Hood. Okay, so let's do this. Batman Under the Red Hood stars Bruce Greenwood, Jensen Ackles, John DiMaggio, and is directed by Brandon Vietti. What's up, guys? It's patron request time. If you are of a certain tier, you can get a requested review in your honor. This one is going to be for Zach Pullman, and he requested Batman Under the Red Hood, and his timing could not have been perfect, even though he did request this a couple months ago. The timing couldn't be more perfect because Justice League just came out, and I'm in such a DC Batman mood, and this movie was actually very interesting. A little bit on my background with animated films. As far as like comic books go, I've seen The Dark Knight Returns, and I think that's about it, which I did enjoy that quite a bit, actually. Especially the second half. Another thing I like about these movies too is they're pretty quick. Like this one was only, I believe, like 75 minutes or something like that. But it does cover some sacred ground in terms of, you know, the Batman mythology with Jason Todd. I don't read comics that often, but I have heard of the story of like Jason Todd and, you know, that there's two Robins and Nightwing, and a lot of that is in here. Most of that is in here. But anyway, let's give you a quick plot synopsis. This movie opens up with Jason Todd as Robin getting the holy living crap beat out of him with a crowbar by the Joker. And right away, this set the tone that, yeah, this might be animated, but it's still bloody violent as hell. And, you know, just the idea of getting beaten by a crowbar. Pretty crazy stuff, and who better than the Joker to do it, you know, because you can imagine how the Joker's going to be acting when he's doing something like that. You know, he's just very sadistic. And Batman is trying to save him, but the building explodes and we think Robin is dead. And so we fast forward 5 years later, and, you know, the first Robin, Dick Grayson, is back in the picture as Nightwing. And so he's, you know, teamed up with Batman, but Batman is really conflicted because of the past and what happened with Jason Todd. Batman's such an interesting character because he's always guilt-ridden, you know? He's constantly having to fight crime, but there's always like emotional fallout. You know, there's always people that he cares about that end up getting, you know, either hurt or getting killed. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a person. That's why the Dark Knight trilogy, I think, works so well. But then along comes this new guy with a mask that looks very reminiscent of Deadpool. Although I don't know if this actually came out before Deadpool or not, because Deadpool was created, I think, in the 90s. So this might have come out before, but the mask looks very similar. But, you know, there's this vigilante running around, and he's got some different motivations than Batman does, because when we're first introduced to him, he's fighting the same guys that Batman fights. But he has different thoughts on crime. You know, Batman is all about instilling fear in the criminals. The Red Hood looks at it a little differently. Like, you know, why don't we just control the criminals? Let's have them pretty much kill each other. But Jason Todd ironically does this through fear. You know, there's that scene when he first sees the criminals and he tells them, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill you. To me, that's fear. So Batman's kind of right all along. It's just a different way of doing it. But the two are at odds with each other, and Batman doesn't really know who is under the Red Hood. But he definitely has his suspicions. Now, going forward, guys, I am going to talk some spoiler type stuff because this type of story really begs spoilers. So if you haven't seen this, you've been warned, okay? But anyway, of course, we find out that the Red Hood is actually Jason Todd. And if that's not like a crazy twist or anything, you know, you can kind of tell. I think it's even established pretty early on that this is going to be Jason Todd. But, you know, the twist there was that, you know, Batman, he goes and literally digs up Jason Todd's grave, and he sees a body there, but it's not, you know, Jason Todd's real body. It's more of like a synthetic type of body. He just didn't do his homework and actually figure it out for himself. But what's great about this too is the Joker's mixed in with all this that's going on, and he plays a key role in the end of the movie because Jason Todd ends up capturing the Joker because Black Mask screwed up and let him go. And so Batman is put to a decision. You know, you either kill Jason Todd or Jason Todd's going to kill the Joker. And Batman just walks away from him. Because we all know Batman's not going to just straight up let Jason Todd kill the Joker. But it's a nice, you know, emotional punch at the end of the story that's very action-packed, actually. Jensen Ackles, freaking Dean Winchester himself, plays the Red Hood and does a damn good job. There's actually a lot of big stars in this. You got Neil Patrick Harris playing Nightwing, who does a great job. But yeah, very well-rounded cast. Of course, you don't get Mark Hamill playing the Joker, but you know, the other guy that plays the Joker in this doesn't do too bad of a job, actually. He's still pretty creepy. I thought it was Ian McShane, he's been in everything, Game of Thrones and Pirates of the Caribbean, but you know, he's just a veteran character actor. The voice in this sounded similar to Ian McShane, and Ian McShane could do a good, you know, a decent Joker voice. But it actually wasn't Ian McShane, it was John DiMaggio. But like I said, he does a serviceable job, but you know, it doesn't get in the way of the performance of the Joker. Also, you got other great Batman characters in here, like Black Mask, like Ra's al Ghul, and they play key roles in the story. Black Mask is freaking insane. Like, he's just a different type of crazy than the Joker is. I think he's more put together, but he's still just as annoying. I think the Joker's just fun. But Black Mask definitely needs a hug. But the story's interesting too because you got Black Mask trying to catch the Red Hood as well as Batman. So that in turn makes Red Hood a very interesting character. And that's what I love about this story. There's a lot of twists and turns that you can go. And you got characters that are pretty layered and they're not necessarily like, you know, good guy, bad guy. Jason Hood is a very conflicted, very angry character. And when he was brought back to life by Ra's al Ghul, he didn't come back the same. And he was already kind of tormented as a kid anyway, so him coming back made it even worse. But this is a damn good animated feature, actually. I would give it a purchase worthy. I highly would recommend it. If you're into Batman, then you would love this story, okay? You know, and Batman as a character is really just great in this. You know, Batman really is like the ultimate leader. He's always like a good leader in anything. So, have you guys seen Batman Under the Red Hood? Let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.